Okay. Alright, well, sorry about that. I guess, welcome. Thanks for checking out the VODs. Anyways, I thought I was streaming, so that's why I'm kind of like halfway into it, because it was only streaming on Restream, but who's gonna watch it on Restream, right? So now it should be streaming across channels. I just realized it. I don't know how long. It was like 5 minutes, so yeah, so I did a little warm-up. Welcome to the stream. I am doing pixel art here. I have made some tiles here, but I plan to make them better, because these tiles were actually made for this over here, just along the edges, and it looks nice like that. So I'm going to make some tiles that are made for the inside here that have cracks going all the way through, rather than just on the edges like these are. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. I've just been chatting with the camera, and no one was watching, so. Alright, so in Aseprite, I've got everything on different frames. I started doing things on a second layer here, and following a technique that I had started yesterday on this piece, which has everything on a second layer, right? So what I want to do is make more variations of that right there. So I'm going to make a new frame, and then I'm going to just delete away from this, because naturally, oops, what happened there? My other one. Huh. Oh, it's locked. I don't know how it got locked. Sometimes I accidentally hit that button, I guess. Yeah, so now that that layer's good, I'm just gonna draw a crack along here. And I've got my Wacom tablet with me. I don't know if you can see, yeah, Intuos Pen and Touch. Super handy for my current setup. Like I mentioned before, I have a chair, but I'm currently using this super comfy couch because I've modified it by putting some rolled towels behind me on my spine to help, and then also I've rolled a blanket so I can kind of roll my neck into and fix some of the neck trauma that I've experienced from overworking with poor posture. And got the camera at kind of a funky angle, so it looks good and feels good on my back, and I think this is pretty awesome. So yeah, I don't know, did I hit Control Z or something like that? Because I definitely wanted that to be gone. Control D, not Control Z. Alright, so now I'm gonna draw. Oh, this has undo button on it. That's probably what happened. I probably hit the undo. Alright, so I'm just gonna draw cracks here. Oops. I don't like that one. Yeah, I changed the radio station, partly so that way I don't have to get upset when it says that it's chiptune, but it's not, right? Because I think that's just Pretzel's way of filling up the stations with music, right? By saying like, oh, well, this is kind of like that, so. Yeah, so now that I've got it on that layer, I'm just gonna start filling it in with these colors that I've already got here. So like here I can replace the highlight and just find where I've drawn over the highlight and replaced the color. I can switch, grab this medium one, right, because I drew it in the dark. Oops, I missed. So yeah, I've got another color here for that one. So we'll grab it. Alright, so then we've got another variation. Luckily this is going pretty quick. Cancel. Yeah, so I'm gonna make a new layer and start the process over again. Just try to keep the speed going here. And just kind of grab the next one, delete. Control D, B. I'm gonna grab that darker color because it's a little bit easier. A little bit faster if I draw these edges that way. Alright, so I can just kind of, oh, that's too straight. That's perfect. Coming in like this. That last one was a little rough. Yeah, so I like that shape. Then we'll just start filling in the colors. Start with the lights and move my way down. At this point it doesn't really make a difference, but it's just faster for me. Because my brain's kind of already working that way. Yeah, so I've been making these crazy changes to my stream setup, or my desk rather, where I'm doing my work, I guess you would say. And this change here is kind of drastic. I've got, so I'll give you the timeline here, right? So I cleared out my closet to do some indoor gardening, and I took my coffee table, which was in the closet. It was just like, because it's a pretty big walk-in closet, and I moved the coffee table out, and I didn't have a lot of place to put, because I've got a second room, but there's no walk-in closet in that room. And then did I get everything? Yeah, so, and then I had this coffee table, so I'm like, oh, I guess I'll put it in the living room like a normal person. But there was like really no room for like anything. So what I did was I rearranged my desk, right? Because it's all modular, like, what do you call it? Mast and arm based desk, right? So the masts are like poles with these big flat discs, and yeah, they're heavy, and you can actually stack up extra ones to make them even heavier, because I've got one mast that's like 5.5 feet tall or something. So I can actually look up at monitors, which is nice, and I can move them around. So I mean, I don't have to put any holes in the wall, and I can just kind of do it on the fly. And it was actually pretty cheap to do it this way. It's a little wobbly if you're touching it, but if you're just looking at it from a distance, it's pretty dope. It does only really work for small monitors. So this big monitor that I've got, which should probably go on the wall, I've actually got a few feet out from the wall, so it's bigger and easier for me. It's probably about 4.5 feet away from my face. And it's, you know, it's like not huge. It's about, yeah. And I think it's like 40 inches or something like that. I don't really know how to measure it. I think you go across these days. Anyways, I've got an end table on top of the coffee table now with this thing being at like eye level height. So it's all like ergonomic as heck, but it looks funny as all hell. I took a picture of it. It looks so funny. But it works pretty nicely. I mean, I was getting a little bit of echo on the recording that I did as like a tweet, and yeah. So what I did was because I had actually made some foam, like a foam. What do they call that? I forget what you call them. It's not an isolator, but it's like a you use them in recording to dampen the sound, right? It's like a dampener, I guess. So what I did was I just put that like right in front of me and was able to get it upright, which probably should work perfectly to break up the echoes. But I think the other thing is that I talk kind of quiet and it's like 7 in the morning, so I don't want to be like super loud. I've got neighbors and the walls are pretty thin here. My windows they leak sound like crazy, but I'm not too worried about it. I live in the city. There's a lot of sound everywhere. Sometimes I can get like, I don't know. I don't even know the word. Anxious about things like that. I used to not really give a fuck when I was a kid. I was like the loudest motherfucker out there because I didn't live with parents, and I lived in a neighborhood. It was like a township, so like when the police came, they just make sure that there was no drugs or underage alcohol or anything like that, and then they were out. They didn't care about the noise as long as I wasn't playing with my band outside, which we could get away with that until like 10 o'clock, and then the cops would be like, nah, come on. So yeah, we would do outdoor jams, and like we were loud, so my neighbors can hear me now. If they only knew what it was like only 5-6 years ago where I used to live. And it was so bad that one time I was working at this pizza place, right, and one of the people that worked there, she was friends with my neighbor, right, who was just a few years younger than me, I guess. I didn't really know her. There was a lot of trees in between our houses and like hills and stuff. So we had like 5.5 acres on my lot, so I think they had more. But it was about the same size lot. They had a much nicer house, you know, they're very rich neighbors. Anyways, she knew who I was, this woman at work. Well, this girl at work, she was pretty young. She knew who I was because her neighbor, she had slept over at our neighbor's house and had heard my music through the walls while they were trying to sleep. and she like complained about it. It's like, oh, my fucking neighbor, blah blah blah, this guy won't shut up. And that was me. I was that guy. But yeah, they were joking about coming over, but it was probably too big of a party or whatever, and it was probably, in reality, it was probably just me spinning in my living room, just making noise. Alright. I'm glad the stream actually started. I can't believe how long I was going. It was like 5 minutes of me just talking to myself, not actually starting the stream. Oh, did I forget to delete one of them? I'm moving too quick. Alright, so that's pretty easy. Oops. Only if you do it right. Okay. There we go. So we got 4 variations of that. We want one where it's broken in half. Or we want 4 of it being broken in half, rather. Oh, wrong layer. Okay, we got that right layer. Gonna grab that dark color. Oh, I never finished drawing that one. Sorry. Alright, that looks bad. Yeah, that broke my rule. Cracks can't go on that last corner. Alright. Nope, that looks bad. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. I'll hit both of those at the same time now, just so I don't forget anything. Oops, that wasn't right. That's right. No. Broke my rule. I like this, it reminds me of Mr. Bungle, or I broke my rule again. Or the heck was the name of that band? Secret Chiefs 3. Which was members of Mr. Bungle. Or a member of Mr. Bungle, right? Maybe members? I don't really know that much about Secret Chiefs 3, but I know that it sounds like this. It's very epic music. Alright, I need to fix this guy. Yeah, Secret Chiefs 3 would be more guitars, where this is using those, like, those synths. Is this done? It is. Well, that's one. We'll make another. Uh-oh, battery. Oh no. My mouse. Give me a second, I'm gonna plug in my mouse. Oh, you know, it's gotta be plugged in to the device I'm using too. and I'm using all of those. You know what? I'm gonna stop using my I'm caught. I'm gonna stop using my tablet while I use my while I charge my mouse. It charges fairly quickly. But more importantly, it keeps its charge for like months. Tell me what's there. There we go. My big fat Pro Nintendo Pro Switch controller cable, charging cable. All right. Alright, yeah, so I'm just going to be using the mouse and the keyboard for a bit. It'd be nice to have a charged mouse. Oh, my coffee. Like I said, it probably looks funny because of the angle of the camera, because I'm very much almost reclined in this position, so that way I can roll my neck out as I work. Alright, so we've got that. We can switch it up very easily and just grab that, put it on the right layer, and delete. Go back to the drawing layer and grab our dark color and I'm liking this song. People be like, this is chill, right? It's not chill, dude. Alright, so we've got it on the right layer. Just gonna draw across, try to miss that corner again, and just kind of make it look as organic as possible, being that it's tiny squares. Yeah, that's the thing, that's the challenge with pixels, especially when you're at 16 by 16, is that you tend to have geometric shapes, like these lines. And there's like a balance that you have to reach. Right, like this is symmetrical here, but the symmetry's thrown off around its edges, and that's the way organic shapes unfold sometimes. Where in reality they wouldn't be exact ever. They might be similar at a distance, and that's kind of what we're simulating here with pixel art, or at least that's what I tell myself. In order to make it look nice, right? So yeah, I'm just going to grab the highlights here and fill those in here. Now the mids. And the dark. Oh wait, the dark. So the idea of spending that extra time is to give it more three-dimensionality, which is what these highlights and shading do. So I mean, it's a big pain in the butt to do that stuff, but that's what's going to set my game apart from some of the other games that are out there where they would just do solid colors or do like an outline around solid colors or something like that. And this is just for like an extra game mode. So like the fact that I'm spending so much extra time and effort on extra game mode, some developers might be like, oh my god, that's crazy, and maybe it is, but I feel like it's important to spend like equal effort making. Oh, these are the same. Well, there's a simple solution there. Yeah, so now they're different. And again, they all have different cracks. The cracks are all in different spaces, so that's gonna make it really look good in the end, I think. Yeah, so I'm gonna make a new layer, and we're gonna go the other way now. Oh. Yeah, today's been kind of cool, kind of weird. I went to bed like super early last night because I was just like way tired. And I've been kind of on this like weird schedule where I've been waking up at like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 1 a.m. And just kind of like staying up as late as I can and then waking up super early like that. And it's kind of cool, right? Because it allows me to really enjoy my mornings, which is difficult a lot of the time. And then there's something about the super early mornings that I just really like. Also the fact that no one else is really awake while I'm like able to wake up like makes me feel like that much better, because a lot of times, because I live by traffic, like there's a pretty major road by me, and I hear traffic like all the time, so it's bogus to wake up to, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So it's much nicer to just wake up to like a peaceful night with maybe just 1 or 2 motorcycles going across, because that's what happens in the middle of the night here. Sometimes they get chased by the cops, sometimes they don't. Did I break my rule? No. Yeah, so far this is the only one that I can't draw in. Because of the way that I use this color to draw this. But these ones don't matter because they're a different color, and this one doesn't matter because it's a different color. It's just this one that matters because all of these are the same color, so it would make a big chunk, and that chunk looks bad. So there's my thought process behind that. Alright, we're gonna grab the highlight and start with that. Yeah, so I watched this really inspiring GDC talk earlier, or yesterday, and yeah, because yesterday I didn't really get that much work done. I was focusing on my neck, honestly. I was doing a lot of stretching. I set a timer at one point, so that way I was making sure that I got stretches in every hour, because I was just feeling like such hell. I couldn't think. All I could do was meditate and stretch. Yeah. So that was like super beneficial, and I feel so much better today. So I'm trying to work that into my work. I didn't set a timer, but I'm watching the stream time, and I'm gonna take a break every hour and stretch and make sure that I like slam a bunch of water or something to stay hydrated. Yeah, but definitely doing like an actual stretching regimen. Yeah, that's the plan. Also, this new posture I'm holding here, I think it's gonna help, because it's the neck. Like, that was the last piece of the puzzle. It was like these guys here. Alright, because they were... What happens is... I was looking it up last night. I think it's called kyphosis. I think I'm saying that right? Kyphosis. I might as well look it up here. Kyphosis. Yeah, kyphosis. So this is kyphosis. If you look at this here, that's scoliosis. This is kyphosis. So this is what I'm dealing with. And like my head being forward like that is like the hardest part right now. But also I've got some like lower back issues too, right? This one shows it a little bit better. Right, not only is the head forward, but the spine is more arched here. And then there's some weird shapes going on down here too. Oh wow, yeah, I don't really want to see all this. Luckily I'm catching it before it gets to that point. But it's super painful, so I don't know how you could let it get further than it is. Because I'm losing it here, the pain. Alright. But I'm in the best position I could be for this, right? Because not only do I have a little bit of a savings, I have a technical skill that I can do on my own and be an entrepreneur, hopefully, and make my living this way. Either way, I have this amazing amount of like vacation time, I'll call it, saved up. And I'm spending it to fix my back and posture, so if all works out well, by the end of this I'll actually be able to function normally, and if I need to, get another job doing things I don't want to do. But if it comes to that point, at least I'll have better posture. In a game. If it doesn't sell, whatever. I'll continue making games, I think. Just need to work out this posture issue. I've been kind of cracking the edges, so I feel like that's gonna make it better. It'll like come together better because there'll be more. I didn't crack the edges here. Where I can do it, there's more opportunity to connect with another edge. And look like it's a connected crack, right? Or at least something close to a connected crack. Whoa, what happened there? Hit the R button. Actually, that doesn't look good there. Yeah, we'll see how it looks in the end. I don't think it'll be an issue. But yeah. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. That's nice to have. I might want more in the end. At this point, I'm gonna save. I hate when I hit this button. What is it? Control R? No, F? Yeah, F. You accidentally hit Control F. It tells you this, but it's so easy to be like, okay, go away. And don't ever hit this because you are gonna forget Control F. It just doesn't, it's not intuitive. Control F for advancement. What does Control F even do? control, or what does F stand for? F as in like RIP, because I don't know where anything went. I can't do anything. All I can do is search the internet and realize that it's Control F. How many times have you been there? They could just put this warning right across the top. Say Control F to go back. Control F to go back, right? Anyways, enough on that. This one needs to be finished, so we'll grab the highlight and we'll just drop that in here. And we'll just work our way into the mids. Did I forget? They're so close that I just probably forgot. Alright. For those, got those, got those. Yeah. So at this point, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab the bottom of it, the base layer, and duplicate it, and I'm going to jumble. Nah. First, I'm going to erase some. Actually, we probably don't even need to jumble. We could probably just cut away at it like that. Alright, so I'll have to remember to keep it like close to the edge though. So that way it all lines up. So now I'm just extending these cracks a little bit so it looks more natural. Yeah. So that's an edge piece. We'll do the same thing here. Yeah, not really interested in this. Did I miss? Totally missed. Yep. Before long, I'll be done with this, and then I'll be able to start adding them to the game, which will be fun. Get to do some level design and testing, and that should be fun. The spray bottle. Cats are like, what? This is like anti-cat music. Plant music. Reptile music. All right. this point, it doesn't really matter that I'm drawing on the wrong layer. As long as it looks alright in the end, it's gonna get flattened anyways. For this particular thing that I'm doing here. Cool. We've got our full pieces, our broken pieces, our other broken pieces. So it doesn't look like a lot now, but we'll actually be able to make shapes using this. Granted, they're only going to be able to do so many different things, and there's some that we're missing here. So I do want to make a few more before we continue. Oh, didn't want to empty frame. Before we drop them into Unity, I want to have everything that I need. So I'll probably finish these and then take a break and come back and do Unity. Or come back and finish these and then go into Unity after the break. So the first thing we need is a single cube, or square. Alright. So just like before, I'm actually gonna go back. What did I do? First of all, I wanted to make a new layer. Second of all, I don't really need to delete that stuff. I'm just gonna erase away the edges because, yeah. Well, naturally, the grout would actually be like going in, but it's just gonna look better if I leave it the way that it was. It's almost like the grout in this case is a reinforcement, or like a lattice. Rebar, maybe, I don't know. Anyways, it needs cracks. This is like super dubsteppy. Not really interested. How are these two tracks even on the same station? And both of them, why? Because I don't like either of them. Abstraction's pretty good. Cool, so I got one. I need 4 of these at least. And even with 4, things will start to look repetitive, so I might have to go back and make more, but I'm already starting to get bored of this, so we'll see. It's about break time, to be honest, because I started streaming before I hit play. Or record, rather. I didn't realize that I wasn't streaming for a bit there. Yeah, so I am about ready to take a break here. So I think I'm just going to take a break early. and then we'll finish those. And then we'll go to Unity. So I'm gonna take a break here. And I'll be back within 10 minutes or so. Did not come up with a timer. I probably should have done that. I was thinking about doing that. Yeah, well, it's too late for that now. So I'm just gonna throw up the BRB. Oh, that's not right. I can't see from here. Yeah, and I'll just throw that on. And I'll be right back. Alright. But that's the big one. I am back. Thank you for hanging out. I just had to do some stretching, the usual. I feel much better. Ready to finish this, the corner pieces. And I'm eager to get this into Unity. Did it crash? No. I'm gonna save it just in case. This cable's driving me nuts. I've only had it for like a year, but I did accidentally yank it out of this thing like numerous times, so I'm sure it's shorted because of that. This is 3.5. My audio device requires a 1/4 inch in, so I naturally found the cheap cable that was adapter. These are known to break, and it's just, you know, I have a 3.5 and I have a 1/4 inch adapter, but those 1/4 inch adapters break. Adapters just suck. So it's better to have a cable that does the job, but this cable is kind of crap because it's, well, cables are hard to come by. Good cables are hard to come by. They make a lot of bad cables. Alright, so we're going to duplicate this layer. And got that one, so I'm gonna erase everything but this one now. Oh, gotta make sure I'm on the right layer. And we're just gonna kind of make a shape out of that, shape that out, and then just gonna erase everything. Very systematic erasing here. Alright, so we need some lines. For cracks. Cool. So we've got 2 corners. I think I went too far there. Yeah, you know, I've been trying to turn my posture around for like over a year now. Well, I guess it goes back even longer, right? I've always had bad posture, and I've been trying to correct it for a while. Like, I didn't realize how bad it was, you know? I started trying to get fit, well, relatively fit. I never wanted to be like built, you know? I never wanted to be like a bodybuilder. But I realized that my sedimentary lifestyle was, you know, preventing me from being active. You know, I never was overweight or anything like that, but you end up with other issues, you know. So, in order to keep myself as healthy as possible, I started doing more exercises. 3 or 4 years, 5 years ago, 6 years ago maybe, and it's been kind of picking it up ever since. increasing it rather, but not very consistently, and kind of all over the board as far as what I'm doing, and definitely missing certain important aspects, like my back, which like at one point I was doing a lot of like what do you call them, like jackknife crunches or whatever, right? Where you go like real far back and real far forward. And I guess that was helping, but I didn't really realize how much it was helping. And when I stopped doing those, I wasn't really doing my neck. I was just doing my back. So the fact that I still had neck issues, like, it didn't seem like it was doing anything. But then when I stopped doing it, and started leaning over more because of the work that I got, that's when things started to get really bad. And I let it go really far because the work just kept coming and they just kept needing me to do stuff, and I couldn't really say no. I wasn't in a position to say like, I need a break, or can you put me in another situation, you know, like doing something else. I tried and they just were like, you have to do this. And I was like, well, I didn't realize it was going to be this painful for me. And they're like, well, no one else is technically qualified to do the job, which is the biggest bullshit ever. Yeah. Alright, I got this. Is that it? No, I need the highlight. I went backwards on that. Doesn't look bad. Kind of sticks out a little bit. But yeah, since I've been doing this, like, trying to fix my posture stuff for so long, like, you know, I've gone through different waves of sensation, rather, you know, like, wanting to be done already, and it, like, wavering between wishing that I was already finished with the therapy and being able to feel the effects of the therapy. So like being super grateful that it's working, and then also being like really depressed and disappointed that it's not working fast enough. Yeah, so I went a little far on that one. I forgot to make a new layer. So I'm just gonna duplicate this corner and kind of remake it. Yay, it's back. Alright, so I'm gonna add some cracks to this one. Then I think we might be able to jump into Unity. I'll probably, as soon as I jump into Unity, I'll be like, oh, I need this sprite too. And that kind of happens, so I'm not too worried about that. It shouldn't happen, but, you know, I should be following a template, rather, than the way that I'm doing it, but, yeah, just doing it the way that I am. It's fucking cable. Okay. Got the highlights. Start with that. That was easy. There's another. Go with the mids. That one never got the shadow. Huh. This doesn't look right. Something looks off about it. Still like the way it looks. Because I've broken my rule. Let's try to fix this. I'm gonna bring it back to normal. Alright. I think that'll be easier to fix. Alright. I swear I was doing something else there. Was it I guess it was that. That'll work. Although this is just one piece, to be honest. I don't know if it's worth jumping into Unity for. The plan was to make this one and a whole nother one. This one. To make, well, yeah, to make broken pieces of this one, I guess. This one would just be like edge pieces, so there would only be 4. Yep, but I think it needs it, so... Be a lot easier if I didn't draw different cracks, but I think the different cracks are gonna help. Alright, so I'm gonna start at the bottom and just kind of break off a piece. That sounded Terrible. Let's break off a piece. Break me off a piece of that tile. Yeah. Doing it the extreme longest way possible here. Oh. What am I doing wrong? Oh, W. Oh, that's what I wanted. I just stuff it. Get out of here. Stop it. Stop it. Alright. Alright, I'll draw the cracks together. Let's try this again. Cool. Well, that doesn't look very good, does it? Alright. Much better. Thought it was real McCoy. Another night for a second. Same key. Same root note. Yeah, not really missing. How did I forget? I did. And it was the last one. I'm just gonna copy it and then Control Z my way back. And then make a new empty frame this time and paste. There it is. Alright, so they don't have any lines. So I'm gonna make a new layer. A line layer, I'll call it. I'm not actually gonna name it. Yeah, so it's been months since I've gone to physical therapy because of the expense of it, but you know, the doctor, she was really nice, and she taught me like all of these different things so I wouldn't have to come back, so I could do it myself. But more importantly, I learned how to teach myself, and that's something that I started when I was in college, learning art and 3D modeling. There weren't a whole lot of teachers back when I was learning, to be honest. It's crazy now. There's tons of teachers now. There's way more teachers than there are students. Well, maybe not, but than there are not students, but people who actually work within the profession, rather. What am I doing? Clicking the wrong thing. I want the highlight. Otherwise I'll get confused like that. But yeah, so she taught me all these tricks, and one of them that I had already started before, well, I've been using them with techniques that I already started before. So one that I already started before was, I have these wooden spheres that I have from when I used to do, and I'm clicking all over the place here. This is the one I want. These wooden spheres from when I used to do, there. Finally, I'm like, what the hell? When I used to do pyrography, I used to burn wood with this little hand tool, and it was a really crappy one. It had a variable temperature, but you pretty much wanted it cranked all the time. Otherwise, you'd have to sit there and hold it in each spot you have to move really slowly to draw. It was fun, but it wasn't good for my back and like my hands and carpal tunnel and all that stuff, so I don't really do a whole lot of it. But I did a few spheres and some cubes and stuff like that, and I made a game based off cubes as dice, but with hand burnt their pyrography symbols on it. It was a dice game with symbols, and that's kind of cool. I still have that stuff. But what I'm getting to is that these balls are super useful because they're about the size of a racquetball. And if you have a racquetball, you could use that, or if you have a tennis ball, you might be able to use that. It might need to be a little bit firmer than a tennis ball, though. I'm not really sure. I've never used a tennis ball. But the thing is that you can like work out your knots in your muscles that way, and that's actually what I'm doing right now. I'm leaning back and forth like that, right? Because I've got this handmade pillow that I made. Let me see if I can get my head out of the way here. You might be able to see there's like nodules on it, between my thumb. Maybe I don't know if I get out of the way. You can kind of see that there's a spot for these spheres. I could actually just pull it out probably. It's really in there. Alright, yeah, so here is a sphere. It's just made out of wood. There's no drawing on it or anything like that. And I had some left over that I never drew on, like I said, because the intensity of having to sit there over your art and stuff like that. It's just not good for people with spinal issues like me. So as much as I like the art form, I just never really got into it as much as the next person. And I found these spheres to be super useful. So I just don't want things to start popping out on me. Yeah, because you can make a foam roller basically, and foam rollers aren't expensive, but if you have some extra blankets or towels, you can make one and just tie it together with twine, or you could use duct tape or whatever. But if you tie it together with twine, then you can wash it, right? If it's duct tape, it's gonna get all that sticky stuff eventually. Let's just throw it away because of the sticky stuff. And yeah, twine is a way better idea than tape. Yeah, so I've been using it on my back, I use it on my neck, and my shoulders are basically the only places I really need it. But also like my skull, right? Like around your temple and behind the ear, right? All of those like attachment nodes, I guess you could call them. The ligaments there, like they're super tender right now. But yeah, you just kind of have to keep working out your your knots, right? And then you just gotta make sure that you actually stretch those muscles too, right? That's the next step, and use them. But yeah, these wooden spheres are super helpful. Like I said, if you go grab a tennis or a racquetball to do the same thing. The way that I've just wrapped it in a blanket is super easy. Anyone could figure it out. Although it did take me a little bit to figure it out, so you might not figure it out on your own, but if you knew what you're making, it'd be really easy to make. So that's good for this one. That's really easy, though. I only need that many. But that would get really repetitive, right? If this whole... Right, so I guess the trick is to never make them straight line, but everyone just facing this way is going to have the same cracks on it, and that's not going to look very natural. But I'll be able to switch it up with this one. Oh, that's got like a whole line there. It's not supposed to be there. Glad I caught that. That would have caused a pretty big headache later. Let's see if I missed anything else. Nope, that looks pretty good. Let's see where we're at on the timer. About halfway to the break. Cool. So we've got that. We didn't do that third one at all. Should be relatively easy since I'm already in the groove. Didn't even hit any of this color. Well, that's one. Did I grab the wrong one? Apparently I did. That's the only spot that needs it. Oh, wrong layer. Oh shit. What did I do? Oh. I hit Control Z on my deleting of nothing. I didn't want to delete nothing, so I hit Control C. But nothing happened because it just undid the nothingness that I did. Because I was erasing nothing. If that makes any sense whatsoever. My head is still fighting to come forward and I'm like pushing it back. It's crazy. But a lot of it has to do with me having to look places. And you might notice I'm not wearing my glasses like I normally wear. I'm wearing my contacts, and that allows me to look around without having to move my neck, and that is like a huge thing. I realized that part of my neck issues is because my eyes are so bad. Actually, probably most of my neck issues. Because I'm constantly trying to focus what I'm reading or looking at. In fact, I didn't start reading until I was pretty late into my childhood. Because of that, and and even in my early adult life, I didn't read much because I had trouble reading without focusing, or had trouble being able to focus, right? It wasn't about being able to read or not, it was about being able to see clearly. Yeah. It's like people without glasses might not realize that after, well, it's like to a certain degree, like you just can't see, right? You have to like try to focus it, and these lenses help a lot, but it's still not the same as just being able to see. Contacts is a lot better if you get the prescription just right, but even then there's like this groggy, fogginess that comes from your eyes, and then fatigue, and then the moisture and not getting enough oxygen. There's all these things that happen when you're wearing contacts, and it's just not the same. Not to mention that prescription's never just right, because it's all distance based. So luckily things can be nice and focused where it's at right now, but if I were to push it back a little bit further, all of a sudden everything blurs. If I push it closer, then with my contacts I can't see with my glasses. If I take them off, then it's like if I get like right in front of me, then I can see. It's a weird thing, right? But I can see really, really like magnified without my glasses or contacts if something's within 4 inches of my face. That's how nearsighted I am. It's got to be like 4 inches in front of my face. But when it's at that range, I can see really, really well. And I think that's part of the reason why I became a good artist, just because I was able to like get my head really close to the art and draw that way. And it was almost like drawing under a microscope. Just not a very powerful microscope, right? But you could imagine hunching to get close to your art would cause some issues with my neck, and then I chose that as a career. Also, I was studying it like crazy as a child, so I was constantly drawing every single night. I would go up to my room and just draw and draw and draw. Sometimes I didn't have a desk. Luckily, my folks bought me a desk. Sometimes my brother was using it. Sometimes I didn't want to use it. The chair was crap. Yeah, you know how it is. When you're a kid, you don't know any better. You can really screw up your posture. No one was really there to train me on it. Yeah, family didn't really notice. They didn't even notice I was lactose intolerant, so. I would say sometimes they bordered on neglect. Other times it was clearly neglect. So it looks pretty good. So it comes out a little bit far on this one. So I'm gonna shrink that in a bit. I think that looks a little bit better. Alright, so that's a good start. I haven't jumped into Unity yet, so once I export these, I think that's what I'll do. Get a sip of water here. Alright, so I've been streaming for like an hour and 45 minutes. I'm gonna check to see my chat and see if there's any bots in here. I'm thinking that there are. Casino, thanks. That sounds like a bot. Yeah. Alright, I feel better about that, at least. Okay, so we've got these. I'm going to export as a sprite sheet. Make sure that I save that. Yeah, I think I made a folder called Tilesets. I'm gonna start using that one because that's where it's supposed to be. I'm gonna be like, where is it? I know I made it. It's gonna be in the wrong folder. Export sprite sheets. Tilesets. Oh, did I not put damage after the last one too? Alright, 3 new tile sets. So I'll go ahead and import those into Unity. Images, sprites, level. Somewhere in here. No, explore mode, right? Derelict ship. This is the one I want. Cool. Yeah. Oh, you know, I'm not seeing the stream avatar. Did I not set that up? I didn't connect it. Whoops. I got a new follower. That's pretty cool. And on itch. It was not the person I just banned. Fad Flamer. Oh, thanks for the follow. Yeah, so I'm gonna fix these bots. What did I do? Wrong. I mean, I guess I just assumed that Sophie Call was a bot, but they seemed like a bot. I mean, why would you be like watching this stream and hosting somewhere else, right? It's like a thing that a bot would do. Alright, I like to give myself a cat, so yeah, do that. Yep, because that way I don't get long. Alright, so I've got all of these new tiles. They haven't actually got their changes yet, so yeah. Do that. But that's not even what I want. That. Multiple. None. Points. Apply. And then I'm gonna go in and tell them to be 16 by 16. See. And get rid of pretzel rocks. I don't know, they'll probably just pop back up, but whatever. Yeah, so that looks really strange like this, but it'll make sense once I split it up. Cool. Cool. Alright, so now it should match, be the same color, and look old. It's in one of these, I think it's this one. Alright, so I've got this tile map. Going to use my eraser. And I don't know what's going on with that. Is that even part of this grid? No. That's part of something else. I have a feeling it's one of these or something. I was playing with it earlier and I was making a mess. Go away. This one, right? No? I am not finding it. Huh. Wish there was an easy way to just select it. An easier way to just select it. That's weird that there's a floor and a tile map. Oh yeah, you know, I think I was just trying to get the dimensions from the other floor, and then I forgot to delete it. Alright, so we've got our floor tile green. Oh, they're all one. I was like, why is one? They're all one. Alright, so I'm just gonna drag them all here. This, I've been putting it in a folder for tile palettes. Just drop it in there. I've been fitting everything on one tile palette for now. I don't know. Maybe because it's getting kind of cramped, I'll switch eventually when I run out of space, but right now this is working pretty well. So this is my first tile map game, so I don't really know what the best practices are. a little cumbersome, but it's a lot better than just putting in sprites and using the V key to line them up. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like Command and Conquer level design, which is kind of fun, I guess. It takes a long time though. I kind of stopped doing it because it was so hard on my back. Alright, so I've got this in a thing here. So I can actually further group it, because this looks ugly. I'm going to create empty parent, and this will be destruct blocks. There. Bam, less ugly, and now I can easily turn it off and see where I've left stuff. Cool, so yeah, there's enough variation where like it doesn't really look like everything's the same. Yeah. So then, you know, to go with the like a pattern, you could then fill in gaps like that. Of course, there's only 3 of them, so they'll have to be repeated. But here I'm just kind of like coming up with like a Zelda-esque oh, that's bad. Screwed it all up. A Zelda-esque dungeon design, but only, oh, I screwed that up too. But only pieces. And yeah, I'm just working on a way to make things modular and be sci-fi, right? Instead of Zelda, it's going to be spaceships. So you kind of have to use your imagination to imagine what Zelda would be like if it was sci-fi. Oh, screwed it up. Continue to screw it up. Oh, that was clean. Want the dirty. Cool. Now, I want to like make it kind of broken, right? So some of these are going to be intact, but most of them are going to be broken. Actually, I'm thinking about the design as I go about this. I feel like these should line up with the quad squares. So it looks like someone actually tried to make it look nice when they built it, but it's just old and broken. It's almost like a patch. Yeah, so then I'm going to break off some pieces here. And I only made one variation here, so I don't have a whole lot to choose from. Where's the other one? Ah, there it is. And at the top. Cool, cool. So it's starting to look like it's good. Now we'll make it look like the ship was supposed to be much larger, like these were passages. They're broken off. I'm just kind of using my imagination here. Yeah. And then these would be like, yeah. Looks a little bit too organic, right? So I'm gonna try a different approach here, and we'll just fill in it all with one, and then we'll go in and make changes where it's needed. I'm even going to just turn these guys off so they're not in the way, because we no longer want to spell 100. We're trying to make this look like a piece of junk floating in space, not a square. But we'll start with the square, and then we'll just erase from the sides here. I want it to be large enough where you can actually interact with it like a level. But then again, it's all destructible, so I don't know. I want to come up with a way to mix these two, so it'll be interesting. I think I'll just come up with because there's these walls somewhere. Oh no, they're not tile maps. I've got these walls. These guys. So these walls, they look very destructible. So I'll make a way to make them like less torn apart and stuff. So it's about break time. I've got about 1 minute and 30 seconds before the timer goes off. I think it would be easy to keep the shape of the square. And just get rid of these inside blocks. Oops. Done. This one? Yeah, and then I'll just like move it over. Oh, that doesn't work. Can't use the V key this way. That's the one issue. You have to align the tile maps with your things that aren't using the tile maps. Why am I not using tile maps? You might be wondering. Oh, I don't know how to change tile maps with code and stuff. So it's just a lot easier for me to just use sprites because I know how to do that. Yeah. So. Doesn't seem to be the end of the world. Oh, there it is. That was the timer. So it's officially break time. Alright, well, this is what I've got. There's a hole in the star world. The world of stars. I don't know how that got there, but I'm fixing it. I think we might change the shape of this room a little bit, but I don't know, it's just a starting point anyways, a little bit of a prototype. Okay, well, I'm gonna take my break. I will be back, and we'll just have to jump back in and see where I take this when I get back. But I'm gonna take a quick break and I will return shortly. Thank you. Can't make it small. Or gone. Where's the thing? I just can't see that far. Maybe one of those stream decks. There it is. Alright. I'll be back. Sorry about that. I'm still on my break. I hit the wrong keyboard button. I was gonna type something, and then it didn't happen. Sorry. Back to my break. Alright, sorry for the extended break there. I needed to stretch. I had responded to a tweet earlier, and oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. There it is. Yeah, I responded to a tweet earlier, and they had responded back, so I felt I needed to respond back again. It's all good happiness. No, we're talking about pitchy game and what disappointing it can be to pay too much attention to that kind of stuff. Because either it happens or it doesn't, you know? And it's good to try. You should always try, but you have to develop a thick skin to that stuff early on because it can hurt. Yeah, that's just the way it is. Sometimes it hurts. So I was giving some of my advice on that because I spent months feeling hurt when gotta fix this. Excuse me. I felt hurt for months when my game didn't make it to Iwakan last year. So since then, made a ton of changes in my game. Gonna try again this year, but if it doesn't make it, it's not the end of the world. It's all about your expectations, and you know what expectations cause is stress. So if you're trying to avoid stress like I am, keep your expectations low. Do the things, do all the steps, apply to all the things for your game, you know. But keep it as stress-free as possible, you know. Like, I don't know where you're located or whatever, but like grants and stuff like that, like I don't have a lot of grant opportunities, so I don't even try. But if that were a thing, I would probably pay someone else to do it because that sounds stressful. And I know that's something that people do for a living, so yeah, you know, I kind of don't like this shape to start, but I kind of want to make it look more like a spaceship rather than just a box. But I think that's going to be the trick here. So if I can do that, then we'll be good. So I think what I'm going to do is bring everything down. This one's not really there. That's weird. Something's going on with this one. It's got two graphics. I don't know what happened there. I think I duplicated the graphics instead of the block. But I'm actually just going to leave that right there. That's what was causing all this issue anyways. I'll just line them up for now. I wish there was a better way of doing this. Right now this is the easiest way for me. It's just to like use the V key and find the corner and just get it as exact as possible. Alright, so I want to make duplicate of this, right down here, duplicate of this, bring it there, and then I want to angle, so this guy, duplicate, and put it over here. Sounds like Moby. Portion? Or is it Coldplay? I don't really know. Not a bad song. It's that era. I thought it was gonna be like that song for a second. Like seriously, it's so close to that. It's like they took the melody of the song and said like, we'll just start with this and we'll change some of the notes. I don't know about the tempo. It's close. They might have changed the tempo by like 3 BPM or something. It's different. And then maybe like shorten the chorus or something. I don't know if I would want to do that for my game. Like blatantly rip off a song. Maybe a bass line or a drum beat, but not the whole song. Yeah, so if this is like the shape of a ship, I think I might be getting places here. That's interesting. I see what I'm doing here. My brain's doing the drawing. My subconscious is doing the drawing, and my intellect is trying to catch up. That's not what I want to do. That's what I want to do. I couldn't grab anything else. Stars, for that matter. I had to snap my knuckle. My thumb knuckles crack all the time. If you ever hear like a pop, that's probably what that is. Honestly, I kind of like the shape that it's going. So I'm just gonna start stretching it. D, Control D. So yeah, I'm just copy and pasting here and using the V key to make sure everything's aligned. The V key is super useful for this type of stuff if you're not using tile maps. If you're using tile maps, like I'm using tile maps for the floor map, and then I'm using the V key to align everything in a grid based off of that. So everything's at a scale of 256 in this project. In this scene. So that's just like the world size. And yeah, the V key is super useful. If you hit the V key, you can now hit the arrows from the corners, which is nice if you're zoomed in. If you've got like a large group of objects or something like that, it allows you to zoom in on the group and be able to move the whole group just by the corner. Like so. And then I'm using Control D to duplicate. All of this stuff is within a parent folder, so I can clean this up all of this can be cleaned up. That was exactly the best way to. Well, so this can't be cleaned up as much as I'd like it to. So eventually, I'm going to clean things up, and all of these asteroids are going to go into one folder. In fact, they should already be there, but I think I'm leaving it like that because it's not finished. But I'm gonna put them in a folder anyways. Just create an empty parent, and I'm just gonna call this large. What's that space? Large asteroids. But now you can actually see everything. All the main objects, right? Of course, then you have to remember where everything's at, so you have to kind of give everything a useful name if you're doing things that way. But it's a necessity, I would say, with a medium-sized project. Maybe with a smaller project, you might be able to get away with it. This, in that consideration, I would say this would be a large project, though, because this is, honestly, in my eyes, this is only a medium project, because there are some large games out there, and I'm not trying to say this is large, but in the eyes of an indie game, this is pretty large for most people to try to make. But this isn't my first game. This is my first commercial game alone, is what it is. Now, I haven't actually done anything commercially, or at least I haven't got paid for anything that was commercial. It's a better way to put it. I have done some contract work for some projects, but nothing I can talk about. Or, you know, I did some work for a game that never got released, and it probably won't get released, but that's okay. Basically, it was a Unreal game that my friend was making to help him get a job as a programmer, and he got a job as a programmer, so it worked, and then he didn't really need to finish the game. So, and that was kind of the whole point, and he told us that from the beginning, so it wasn't like it wasn't a thing, you know, but it was good way to make some money, and help a friend out, and he got to know my skills a little bit better because of that, and it was pretty cool. So, to make this easier on myself, I'm just going to use a grid. Use this as a grid. And just kind of like stretch them out, I think. To make this look like a spaceship, it's going to be a little bit... It's going to be a task, right? It'll be cool, but it'll be a task. It'll be worth it in the end. Totally a task. Even with tile maps, this would be a task. Actually, I don't need to duplicate this one movie. Yeah, even with tile maps, this would be a task. So, I just basically create a little grid that I can work with. But I do want it to go out, so I'm just gonna start getting crazy with this shit here. And it's gonna look bad. This is the kind of stuff I would fast forward if I had the ability. If I was like Clockman or something. If I could control time. Yeah. So to make this a little bit easier on myself, I'm gonna make this on the other side. Before I get too carried away here. Because there's no symmetry. This isn't ZBrush. Yeah, no. Oops. And we'll see how performant this is. And this will be a good test because I might only be able to fit one of these on the screen at a time, and that could be an issue, but hopefully not, because there's really not that much going on here. It seems like a lot of tiles because these are all separate, but the floor is not. It's just the walls that are separate, and it's going to be hollow shells mostly to resemble ships vaguely. In that case, let's stretch this out. I hope I'm not deleting graphics without deleting the colliders, because for some reason that happens when you group things sometimes. It's very strange, Unity. I don't know why that is. Sometimes you can select an object and it'll select the parent, sometimes it'll select the graphics or the collider. Usually it's the graphics. I don't know, maybe it's like maybe it's because the colliders aren't far enough ahead. But even then, like, I want to be clicking on the parent, and I'm still just clicking on the graphics. So yeah, that's just the thing I gotta remember, and then test later, and hopefully I don't find that. That's a pain. But if you've played my game, you know that I'm pretty quick on that. When there's errors, I fix them. Or at least I try to, so let me know if you find them. Cancel. See, I was doing it on accident, but I just click. I want to delete because I think it's selected, but it's not. I do have end pieces too. And I think I have like a 3-way too. I think it's these. Oh, did I already delete those? No, good thing I didn't delete those because they're in there. The one uses them. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of these, copy, find this guy, find the parent, paste it, and then move it into position. Now I actually want this rotated, because if you look at it, this is the one side that's not being used. And actually no, that's fine, that's what I want. Just put it right here. And then I'll put an angle, one of these guys. Where's is it missing a collider? Oh, it's just at the top. Alright, so here, just want to make sure it wasn't 2. For some reason I had a hunch that there was 2. There was not. Okay, so there's that. And then this is what I need to rotate. Oh, Copy. Wait, why is that in something? Weird. What is this? What am I even looking at? Oh, that's the floor. It's on the other side of the floor, that's why I'm picking up. Like, what's going on? Okay. And then, now that I've got that, I can just paste it. There we go. And it's all the way over here. And I want to rotate it. I don't know what way though. I need to zoom in to find out. I think this is what I want. But I want it here. Oh wait, no, that's not right. Here. And then this guy, duplicate. Oh wait, did I do that right? Did I do? Oh, I did. It's weird, now it's grabbing the parent, right? Isn't that weird? It wasn't, and now it is. I hope I didn't make two. I did. At least I caught myself. This reminds me of Aphex Twin. I actually kind of like it. And now it's not. Oh, maybe it's because I did change it. Because I only changed the one, right? No, I changed all of them. Because I think they're just instances of the same one. Is this right? Is this what it's supposed to be? This here, that's what it's supposed to be. Okay. And then this one. What's wrong? What is wrong? This one. Wait a second. That ain't right either. Oh, I need a three-way for this though? Or no? I'm trying to make that angle different angle. Cancel, I'm not trying to do that. Get out of here. I want this piece. Took me a long enough. There we go. This piece I'm gonna get rid of. Yeah, so this is going to be a project to make this on the other side. And then to make sure that it looks good afterwards, because it might not even look good right away. Like right away, I know I want to stretch this out. I'm just going to duplicate it for now, so I can keep the grid. Grab one of these. Make sure I got the parent. Oh, you know, I forgot to set a timer. What time are we at? 2:50? It was like 26 when I started. I don't even know the math from what was that, 30 minutes? We'll go with 30 minutes. I feel like this should be moved over. And it should just be at outline. Or this should be there. Yeah, this should be here. This is gonna go away. This needs to be rotated. Okay. Yeah, that's right. And then these. Is I'm so worried that I'm leaving gliders behind. So what's cool about these bricks is that they're actually going to help the whole entire game, because I figured out how to do on collider events rather than on trigger events. So yeah, everything's been kind of hackishly put together with on trigger events only, which is not a good way to do it. Okay, so they both need to be like that. That's what it needs. Sometimes you can't know until you really do it, right? Sometimes the V key doesn't work until you're in this thing, and it doesn't register that you're in there until you either click inside, or I think if you click on the thing, it will. Yeah, no, not even. I think that's kind of dumb. They should allow you to do it, because I feel like you have to click on something. You know what I mean? So like the safest thing to do is a left click, but you might end up moving the view, which is super annoying because you have to fix it every time, right? If you're doing it this way. If you're doing a 2D thing, then you don't have to worry about that at all. So. But even this, while I'm using 2D tile maps, has a lot of 3-dimension stuff going on it. As far as the placement of the foreground and stuff like that, things are still able to overlap to a degree. But I am also using the sorting layer too, so it's all very confusing. Probably not the best way to do it. I would just stick with one and do that, but this is the way I've been doing it, so it's not all that confusing to me. So I don't have to do the whole ship. You know, I mean, it would be kind of cool if there's like a whole ship floating around out there, but this part of a ship would be cool, right? Oh, I know why. It's because it's inside the desktop canvas. I know that. If I turn off the build manager, it no longer does that. Ah. That's why it was doing it for some and not the others. Oops. Well, that's gonna speed up time and clicks, make my life easier. Might as well make the whole ship since I made it so easy to recreate, right? I think it comes up to the very edge. Oops. I feel like I'm watching a graffiti video, right? Where people are like, like fuck graph. I used to watch those videos. What am I doing here? I'm trying to skip this song. Like I like the videos, but I like the videos, but whoa, what's going on here? Where did I click on? Don't do this to me. How do I make you stop? That was pretty cool though. It was like I was being featured. It felt like it for a second anyways. Yeah, so I'm making this ship. And yep. That's what I'm doing. Oh. What's next? What's next? This guy. Get rid of this guy. Alright. So we need some angles in here. these. That's not right. Also, it looks like there's 2 of those. Everything should be over 1. Did I screw up somehow? I think I did. Somehow I've got 2 there. Huh. Must have accidentally deleted it, or duplicated it, and then not moved it. Happens all the time. Actually, this isn't even supposed to be there. This one is. I kind of remember making that movement before. Moving that before, yeah. Alright, that will do for now. Things are not looking symmetrical. Or are they? No, they are. Okay, so I can use this and make the shapes a little bit more interesting here. Whoa. This got real weird there. I don't know what happened. Oh. Apparently. Wait. Okay, this is orthographic. Gets real weird when it's not orthographic. Very strange that those floor tiles would be on different fucking Z. But maybe yeah, maybe it's the excuse me, maybe it's the walls that are on the different Z. That actually makes more sense. Things are getting real weird here. Oh, it's because I'm in fucking perspective mode. Wait, what is this? It's not even the piece I want. Okay, it's starting to look more symmetrical. Man, my brain's just not functioning. Alright, yeah, in this other level part here, which is engulfed here, we've got these cool singular bricks. I'm gonna grab one of those. Sorry, I kicked the mic. I only need one. Somehow these things got duplicated. Alright, so I've got one. I'm going to copy it. Select this, find the parent, and paste it. Now it's over here. I can kind of duplicate it and use it as a grid, right? Yeah, and then I can kind of move the pieces around. Oh, come on. Yeah, so I can kind of make shapes this way. Sure, I'm not hurting my neck here, and I feel like I'm contorting every once in a while. Where else can I fit these things? And in ways, this is a little bit of a stress test to put all these stuff in there to make sure that it can still run. But also I want it to be interesting, so. Alright, so we can go back to our tile map. I'm gonna call this floor. Cannot spell. Did it again. See if I can fix my spelling error. Floor. I think that's spelled right. Okay, so we've got our floor, our floor. Trying to clean this up a bit. Actually, I'm gonna take out all the edges. Actually, I might leave everything. Corners. This. Alright, so I'm gonna kind of make patterns, right? Is this wing longer than the other? How the hell did that happen? It's definitely longer. Oops, what am I? Oh, I'm still in tile map mode. Alright, that looks symmetrical. Cool, start over here. Yeah, so these aren't damaged, and the reasoning for that is so that way it looks like a ship that was like left, or maybe the team was destroyed. Oh, like maybe there was like beam technology, or maybe they were kidnapped, taken aboard a slave ship, maybe they were maybe their life support failed. All types of things can happen in space where an empty ship would just be floating about, and that would be a cool thing to find when you're exploring, right? So why not? So I'm gonna delete, or not delete, but just hide these because I don't want to look at them. I don't want to play with them, but I do want to play with. Wait, what the hell is this shit? You're supposed to be in that. Alright, we got our level part, our destructive blocks, our floor, grid, all part of one handy dandy object with a rigid body. Where the fuck is the transform? Sorry. Why is the transform way the fuck over there? What the hell is this? Something is going on here. So remember when I was playing with this perspective thing? Apparently I made a piece and I left it like way off in distance. Alright, so now things are looking a little bit better. Destructible blocks are in the middle. For some reason, our center is off though, so I'm gonna try to fix that. Otherwise it'll spin based off of that. So, what we can do, move this to the side. Don't be afraid. Well, that didn't work because everything's in the way. Alright, so first I'm gonna move everything away on its own so nothing can get in the way. Then I'm gonna center this. I'm gonna use these tools up here. I think, oh, not that one. This eyedropper tool. But I think you can erase it and then still use it? No. So, oh, that worked. What if I erase it and then use that? That actually works. Crazy. But it puts it way off. Not a terrible guesser. Oh, so close. It's gotta be like the perfect square. Oh my gosh, there it was. It was the next one over. Is that it? Is that as close as I'm gonna get? Can't be. There's another way to do this, I'm sure of it. I had it doing it before. Alright, so I'm gonna make one over here. I'm gonna erase that one. And then I'm gonna grab the since it's being so difficult, I just kind of move it by hand. As close as I can. Which I guess is right there. Alright, now I'm gonna erase the old one. That's weird. It won't let me fucking erase it. There we go. Alright, so now this is off center a little bit, so we're gonna try to fix that. Man, it's still way up there. I don't know why it's doing that. Is there like something that I'm missing? Spray time. Okay. Give me a few minutes and then I'll take my break. Talking to myself, but that's alright. Yeah. Okay. It appears that there might be some box. I'll take care of that soon. So I want everything to be in the middle. I think what's going on... Oh, I remember what's going on. Okay. Where is my stuff? In here? We'll call this intact chip. Even though it's destructible, I don't know, I'll figure that out later. It's just a prototype. Oh man, I really do need that break. But I wanna remember where I'm at on this when I come back. So what I need to do is separate the floor and the grid is what's up. Because yeah. So this needs to be in the middle. The ship. The floor needs to go back on the grid. I don't think I can move it like a half thing. But it's all the way over there again. I don't understand. Oh, I know what I need to do with the floor map. So the floor map needs to go in the middle too. And then it needs to go on the thing, right? Man, it's still not doing it. I think it's because it's inside there. Okay, so I need to make them exact. So Control Alt F on the one that's not aligned with it. I'm gonna move them both to be like right there. Cool. Floor time lap goes on floor grid. And now everything's all way over there. But both of them are. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move it back to the center. And now I'm going to grab it and try to draw it. Erase the old one. Oh, get my thing back out here. It's like we're getting closer. I don't know, we'll just have to test it at this point because I'm not sure how it's going to react. So I turned off my build manager, which had all my canvases and stuff, and cameras. So I'm going to hit, oh, you know, I need a canvas dialog. I turn that off too. Hold up. Bam. Alright. Just hit start again. I always do that. Oh my god. I hate that. Canvas. Dialogue. There we go. Okay. Gonna find my game controller. Ugh. Here we are. Got a long journey ahead of me. Whoa. I made things closer. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in a bit. And we're going to find that spaceship. Hey, I found it. That was quick. It seems to be working fine, despite the target being off. But then again, it looks like it's rotating around that point. I think it'd be cool to make it so you're parented. But then again, it'd be weird because once the walls go away, like, would you still be parented? Then each ship would have to know how much walls are left. So what I'm gonna do then is make busted floor around the edge. This is cool. I like this. It's like a Klingon bird of prey. Alright, yeah, I'm happy with this. I think I can make this stuff drop minerals. So that way you can get resources from doing this. It's interesting because it's not an asteroid. Eventually I'll make it so different things provide different resources to make it even more interesting. I'll come up with a way to make special power-ups and pickups inside things like this, so there'll be like a part near the captain's thing, or maybe in the middle, or where the engines are or something. And you can get new technology or something. Money or something. I almost think, yeah, I don't know. I'll have to do more testing on, because I might change the art. You know how that is. Yeah. Well, this is cool. I am wondering if I should come back though, because it's been 3.5 hours. No one's really joined the stream, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that, but do want to kind of relax, make some dinner or lunch or whatever it is lunch, I guess. Make some food, eat. Maybe I'll jump on later. There's a strong possibility. Then again, I probably might fall asleep in a few hours because I woke up at like 1 a.m. So this might be it for the day. But I feel like I got stuff done, so that's good. There will be more floor tiles, so things won't be as floaty. Yeah, be a good time. I might have to come up with some new floor tiles for strips, right? Like for these ones, not these, but these ones here. Because if I shoot this underneath, there should be like a little strip that has like nothing on the sides, so like jagged edges and then nothing. And then everything in the middle would look like it was part of the floor. Or at least like a damaged ship. That was me hitting the UI for the space station. You can see it in the corner. Yeah, so this is fun. I'm glad I did this. Obviously, there's some things I need to clean up with the floor, and I'll maybe give it like a orbit, so that way it's orbiting the area, like a really deep orbit too, right? So like it'll be like all the way out here or something like that. Could even give it like its own physics, so it almost has an orbit, but it's like elliptical. I could give it an elliptical orbit. But that would be a little bit more processor intensive, so I would have to make like a bubble around it that turns it on when you're near it. So I'm just going to try to keep this as simple as possible, but it seems to be performant. There's no lag issues, so that's great. I wonder what it would be like with more ships, right? Real quick, I can check that out. I'm gonna make a armada. Just to make sure that it spikes. Or maybe it won't. We'll see. It doesn't seem to be spiking yet. Might be a little slow. It's hard to say. Oh yeah, it's slow. So I will have to come up with a culling mechanic. That's pretty easy to do. I've done it before. All you gotta do is make the object turn off when you're not near it. Ah, that was perfect. Yeah, the asteroids act really funny. They chase you until they hit something, or until they hit another asteroid, or until they hit you. Like that asteroid's gonna be back. And the aliens, they just keep chasing you but keep on missing. So that asteroid will be back. See, it's back. Oh, and it started orbiting the other way. That was weird. This is cool. I like that I hit the asteroid patch and there's aliens inside the ship. That's dope. Ah, it's attacking me. Oh, I let it loose. The asteroid in the ship, that's not supposed to happen. But there's no code preventing it, so... This actually isn't playing too terribly. Oh, I'm about to die. I love how much fun I can have playing my own game. Like, I don't think everyone can say that. I think that's pretty important. Then again, I remember what it was like when you first get something working and anything can be fun. When you end up testing it and people are like, this is boring. Like, oh, I thought this was fun. I don't think that's the case with this game, luckily. Other people think it's fun too. I had a tester who was playing this mode, and you could see his two different testers actually. They really lit up with excitement playing this because it's so different, but also similar, and like it felt natural to play. Like no one had any trouble with the new crossover so far. Like the first second they'll be like, how do you go? And then they hit down and that's how you go. And then the rest is easy. Alright, so all I gotta do is make like an indication, like down the thrust. The hard part with that is that there's game controller and keyboard controls. So right now it doesn't know the difference if you're playing with either one. I mean, it'll respond to either, but it doesn't know, so it wouldn't know what to tell you. So the plan is to make it not only respond to either control, but to know which one it used last. That way, if you push the button on the controller, it'll say analog, right analog down, or left analog down rather. And if you're playing on a mouse, it'll say S. I always have to look. S or down arrow on keyboard for thrust. Alright, so this is cool. It's actually pretty performant, like I said. I'm sure it'd be even better outside of the editor. I'm just gonna go die. Lava. Alright, so that's good. That was a fun stream. Thanks everyone for watching. I am going to take either an extended break, or I'm probably just going to come back tomorrow or the next day or whenever. I'll be back. I'm enjoying this new camera setup, so everything feels very comfortable. I don't think I'll have pulled a muscle, so that's good. But I do want to prevent myself from overexerting by ending the stream now. So thanks everyone. Come back again, and I will get rid of these bots. Peace.